Well, are you one of the millions of Americans duped into thinking some bottled water is healthier than tap water? A new report out says if you pay for water in a bottle, you might just be paying for someone to fill it up from the tap.
I drink bottled water to be healthy.
Everybody has the impression that because it's in a bottle, then it must be safe.
New research shows that almost 40% of bottled water actually comes out of the taps, including Pepsi's Aquafina, Coke's Denae, and Nestle's Pure Life. Consumers spent $11 billion last year buying it off the shelves, convinced it's healthier.
It's a scam. It's a ripoff. Tap water is safer. It's required to be tested more often, and bottled water companies never have to test their water after bottling and storage. You don't really know what you're getting.
So if you believe this research and you nix the bottled water for just 1 month at 1 bottle per day, you can save up to $30. That's an annual savings of $360 for just one person. I'm KVAL's Denae DRC, saving you money.
Denae.
Jennifer and David, this scam begins with a plea for help. Then unsuspecting seniors send money that ends up in the hands of a scammer.
It all started late last month with a phone call. That's when this woman, who doesn't want her identity revealed, says a man claiming to be her grandson was on the line.
And I said, "Who is this? This is your favorite grandson."
Not immediately knowing which grandson, she guessed. His response is obvious.
And I was tickled with myself because I guessed the right one, you know.
The man claimed to be stuck in a Canadian jail after getting into a car accident. But because he didn't have his credit card, he needed Grandma to wire him bail and keep it just between them.
He said, "I need $5,300.
In a panic, she took cash to a nearby Walmart, spending more than $5,400 to wire money across the border.
I was just so upset and worried, and I was so relieved when no one was hurt that I just went ahead and did what they wanted.
Her daughter says her mother's strong guard was simply overcome by her kind-heartedness.
They must know what they're doing to be able to break through the barrier and connect with her.
With 10 kids and more than 50 grandchildren, the family says it was an honest mistake. A mistake that not only robbed her of money, but also her self-dignity.
It made me feel weak. It made me feel stupid. And, I was really upset. I just couldn't believe it.
Well, this woman isn't the only victim who lost money. Victims also reported the scam in Portland and in Seattle. I'm Denae DRC, KVAL News. Well, Dave and Jen, the Burke family might be able to actually blame their GPS system for getting them lost in the forest, but they can thank another modern technology for possibly spotting them and getting them out of the forest. The family was in Glide last Friday trying to get to Silver Creek Falls near Salem. So they punched it into their GPS system, but the satellite map led them up a private logging road deep into the forest. Not knowing how to get back to the highway, they called 911. Now, at the same time, the Douglas Forest Protection Agency noticed a vehicle by one of their cameras they monitor in the forest. Douglas County Emergency Manager Wayne Stinson made the connection.
I called over at DFPA and asked them, "Don't you have a camera up on this mountaintop?" I said, "Can you kind of swing that around?" And they go, "Are you looking for a vehicle up there?" And I said, "Yeah."
A rescue unit was called out, found the family, and led them to safety. The Douglas Forest Protection Agency monitors some cameras to spot forest fires. There are more than a dozen of the cameras throughout western and southern Oregon, and firefighters say they use those cameras throughout the fire season to monitor and spot different blazes. And now those cameras may also play an important part in search and rescue. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Denae DRC, KVAL News.